This is Edward with CrispyCollectibles. We are here with
Mishad Earl.
first place from locals here in Columbia. What were you playing?
I was playing Unchained today, Unchained best deck. And here's a little bit about my deck here, I guess I can show you. So I'm playing 3 Unchained Twin Zeruha. This basically has an effect where it targets a card you control and destroy it to special summon itself, but it locks you into Fiends. Rekea is a similar effect. I'm playing 3 of these, by the way. You target a card you control and then destroy it, and it locks you into Fiends, but you're normally targeting your traps. As for this one, this is the most important Unchained Twin Sarama. I played 3 of this. It basically gives you a +1 every turn. With this strategy, you either want to end with this card in your hand or on the field. And as for the other Unchained, this rounds about my Unchained engine. You play 2 Abominable Unchained Soul and 1 Unchained Soul of Disaster. So Disaster is the best card and the worst card in the deck. Disaster, you never want to draw this. It's like a meme with the Unchained players. You never draw this card. But man, this card is absolutely nutty. You always want to have this in your grind game because it keeps letting you recur your links back and forth again and again. As for the non-Unchained monsters, I played 3 Lord of the Heavenly Prison. So this card, I'm telling you, man, absolutely nutty card. You should get 3 of these, 4 of these. Best card in the game. So what this does is you can reveal it, and no set cards can be destroyed. That might seem kind of off-putting with Unchained, but if you activate a set spell or trap card during your opponent's turn, then you can set any spell or trap card from your deck whatsoever. That is absolutely insane, and so many people sleep on this card. But man, it is crazy. And for the hand traps, I played 3 Phantasme. You pretty much know what that does already. I drew 3 cards against Evil Twin. Then I play 3 D-Shifter. D-Shifter is absolutely nutty. Man, this card will end any turn. Then as for the spells, we keep it very short because I'm playing Imperial Order. Spoiler on that. I play 3 Pot of Extravagance. 3 Extrav is pretty standard for this deck. You only really go into your extra once or twice a turn. And then there's 3 Abominations Prison. So this allows you to add any Unchained card from your deck to your hand. And it also has an effect when it's destroyed to special summon Unchained from your deck. Then 3 Dark Ruler. We are in a break your board format, so you gotta play 3 Dark Ruler, absolutely. I opted away from hand traps and just went for board breakers. Played 3 Abominable Chamber of the Unchained. This special summons from your hand or graveyard, and if this set card is destroyed, it allows you to special summon any Unchained monster from your deck. And then you play 3 Unchained Escape of the Unchained. So what this does is you target an Unchained monster and a card on the field, and then you destroy it. This card actually plays around evenly, so if you have like a Link monster or a Rekea up, you can target this and the monster, and you can destroy it. Well, you target another card and you'll destroy it, and that keeps you from getting evenly. So that's pretty cool. Then you play 3 Torrential Tribute. This is basically an Unchained card. I resolved this against Light Twins today. They just had to pass on that. It was absolutely crazy. And for the 1-ofs, you play 1 Imperial Order. Skillful card, man. You have to draw the Imperial Order. Now, onto the extra deck. What I played 3 Unchained Soul of Rage. So this is just the link to, on your opponent's turn, you can target a monster they control and use it as a link material for a Dark Link monster, but it has to be a special summon monster. And if this card is destroyed, you can target a Fiend monster in your graveyard and add it back to your hand. So your common play is you want to end on this card, and then you want to have a set escape to link this card off and then destroy the Anguish that you make. And speaking of Anguish, I played 3 Unchained Soul of Anguish. It allows you to target a monster your opponent controls to use as a link material for a Dark Link monster, but this is only during your main phase. It doesn't include special summons, so you can just target a monster that can be targeted. And I only played 2 Abomination because actually this card is pretty bad in Unchained. It doesn't have like any recursion effects, but you can use it with Anguish, but typically you're not going to do that. And as for the non-Unchained links, I played 2 Unchained 2 Nightmare Unicorn. So you only have to play 2 because you play extra, and this is something I've been trying out, is 2 Boroco Talkers. So what this thing does is, well, Boroco Dragon, not Boroco Talker, but Boroco Dragon, what this thing does is, if you banish it from the graveyard, you can banish any dark monster on the field with 3,000 more attacks. So this thing can actually out-Dragoon. You can banish your Lord of the Heavenly Prison, absolutely nutty, and it allows you to special summon the Topologic. So for the Topologics, I play 1 Trisbania and 2 Zeroboros. So that about covers my extra deck, so I'll go into my side deck. This will be very, very quick. So 3 Anti-Spell Fragrance, nutty card, won me the last round, absolutely goated card, love this card. You gotta play 3 Anti-Spell, especially in Unchained when you only have 1 Imperial Order. Now this is something that I saw in an Unchained group. Shout out to Brandon Leonard, I believe. He's the one who came up with this. But if you actually activate Lord of the Heavenly Prison's effects, you set a spell or trap card from your deck, you can set this and flip it up, and then now you can no longer get your cards banished by the Lord of the Heavenly Prison. And also this card is absolutely nutty against every deck. You drop this on Fluanderies and they're not doing much to that. 3 Dimensional Barrier. Nothing much more to say. Dimensional Barrier stops turns, especially in a Sword Soul format. Retaliating Sea. So this is what I do for like rogue decks. If I'm dealing with like fusion or ritual, I will chain this to say if you chain this to a Shaddoll fusion while you have a rage on the field, then they banish 2 materials and they banish a spell. So it puts you so far ahead of the game that that one day isn't really going to do anything. And for the final 3 cards on my side, I play 3 Artifact Lancia. Lancia is more so a turn ender as well. So yeah, that's pretty much my deck for that. And there's one little interaction that I was mentioning earlier. Is just you set Heavenly Prison with Imperial Iron Wall and it will absolutely end turns. Basically, every turn you just want to end on a link monster and you want to end on a trap. So you can end on either a link monster or a floodgate. And once you do that, you want to make sure your opponent can't finish you that turn. And on your following turn, you just link their monsters off and OTK them. So basically, you're OTKing them after just stopping them for a short amount of time. So that's pretty much that. And thank you again for having me for this video. I may have talked a bit long, but thank you.
Let's see if we can keep it up Thursday.